Hey, welcome. Okay, so now that you have all your ingredients out, okay, so now that we're going to be doing this, this is what you're going to be doing. So as you can see that I have my sugar and I have the brown, actually I have the brown sugar. I prefer brown sugar, but it's optional. You can use white sugar as well. Okay, so now this is going to be 3 cups of sugar, okay? Now remember, we're going to have all the dry ingredients in one. And then right afterwards, once that we have all the ingredients in, then we're going to have the oil and the eggs, and we're going to mix that. That's 2. So we're going to have to see how many cups this takes. So next time that you'll know, then you don't have to use a measuring cup. So actually, this uses exactly 3 cups. So this is a really good thing to know. So now you know, this little bag right here is 3 cups. Okay. So now that we have the dry ingredients on the side, so this is what we're going to do, is we're going to do this. And then afterwards, we're going to add nutmeg. Now it's optional. You can add nutmeg, you can add the cinnamon, or you can add the allspice. Allspice is it's a little strong. But once again, okay, the flavor does bring out the richness of the pumpkin bread, okay? So this is what we're going to be doing. So now this is asking for 2 cups of nutmeg, okay? All right. And now we're going to have to come over here and then maybe get the 4 eggs. So don't forget your 4 eggs and the cinnamon. Okay, so we're going to need the cinnamon and the eggs. Okay. Now the cinnamon, it is actually 2 tablespoons as well. I'm going to leave the allspice out just because the nutmeg is a little strong. So, and the other thing is that you can add walnuts, you can add raisins, you can add just pretty much those things. And of course, you add cinnamon, nutmeg, and of course we're going to add the 4 eggs. Okay, so now as you see, we're going to have this, we're going to use the KitchenAid here. Okay, so we're going to add our eggs. Okay. And then afterwards, then this is when we are going to add we're going to add the oil. So the oil is actually asking for 1 cup of oil, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. And then afterwards, we're going to be measuring how much of pumpkin that we are going to use. And don't forget the flour, okay? And then after you get to your right point of measuring the oil, then we're going to be measuring the flour. And this is a fun part because you can actually use gluten-free flour. or you can use the regular flour. Okay. So now what we're going to have to do is, let's put this away. Okay, so now this is what we're going to use, is the whisk. Great. Now make sure that this is locked back here. Okay. So now that while this is already mixing, okay, we're going to have to measure how many cups that we're going to use, and don't forget the water, because we're only going to use a half a cup of water, okay? So it is, so all you have to do is just use half. And you're going to add that to it, okay? And now let's grab the 3.5 cups of flour that we're going to have to use. Okay, but that is going to be last because we're going to have all the dry ingredients, but then afterwards I do want to so as you can tell that you can actually see that this is really, once you steam it, the pumpkin is very easy to come to peel. So that's why you're going to have to steam. So this will be easy for you. Okay, so now remember, I'm still using the same measuring cup as long as it's not full of flour yet. Okay. Use your hands if you have to. This is a really great opportunity to get your family and your kids involved. So I am going to have to remove this part. Okay. And then we're just going to add it in 1 cup. You want to mix the eggs and everything together. So right now, it is a good time to turn on the oven. Okay, so we're going to have to turn this on. So that's, okay, great. So now we're going to have to add 1 cup of that. Okay. So that's mixing. Now let's get another cup. So if you have extra, then now you're thinking of, you can make cupcakes, you can make cookies with it. But remember that with this, you're going to have to puree a pumpkin. So pureeing is actually a fun thing on what you can do. I can actually smell the dry ingredients. It actually smells really delicious. Okay, so if the peel gets stuck on the inside, you can just remove it, that's all. Okay. Okay, so there's all that stuff. And then afterwards, we're going to find out how many there are. So this will give us at least 2 loaves of bread. Okay, so and then so once we have completed on how many we need, we're going to mix it again. Then afterwards, we're going to add this, and last is going to be our flour. Okay. So as you're able to see on how I'm peeling this is going to be a really great meal, and this is for Thanksgiving. So we're what I'm doing is just removing all the okay. There you go. So while that is mixing, I'm going to begin putting the dry ingredients. This could also be made for breakfast in the morning. And when it's cold, and you can have it almost like a hot cereal. Okay, so while we're removing just removing the skin bit, or actually it's we're peeling it. So we're going to stop this. There we go. And now we're going to be adding all the dry ingredients. There we go. this is all the leftover and extra that we have actually. Okay, so this is what we can use, and then I'm going to puree it. So, because you can make soup out of it, you could make cookies, you can make actually whatever that you are able to make it. Okay. Okay. So now that we are able to put that, so stay tuned.